Hello, I'm Sheriff Kevin Rambosk, and I want to welcome you to On Scene.
Hello, I'm Angela Larson, Supervisor of the Collier County Sheriff's Office Victim and Senior Advocacy Unit. Our unit has two primary functions, victim advocacy and senior advocacy, but our members are cross-trained to provide assistance to anyone, whether they are a victim of a crime or in need of assistance due to aging issues. We also have a team of agency members that help us provide services 24 hours a day. Several members are bilingual, ensuring that all victims receive services. Victim advocates come in contact with victims either in person when called to a crime scene or by having an offense incident report referred to them. Either way, our goal is to provide assistance to all victims of violent crimes. When an advocate responds to a crime scene, we act as a liaison between the victim or the victim's family and the law enforcement personnel on scene. We provide crisis intervention and support, explain what the process is and what the investigator is doing and why. We will assist the victim or surviving family members with information on the judicial process and, if needed, accompany victims to the injunction for protection hearings or other judicial proceedings. The victim advocates work with several local organizations to provide long-term care and support. Some of our community partners include the Shelter for Abused Women and Children, Project Help, the Child Advocacy Center, and the State Attorney's Office. The primary goal of the victim advocates is to help victims of violent crimes return to a sense of normalcy they enjoyed prior to their victimization through personal advocacy, intervention, information, and referrals. Our Senior Advocacy Unit tackles another concern of Sheriff Rambosk, reducing the criminal victimization of older persons through strategies, planning, and programs. The senior advocates act as liaison for law enforcement personnel who may have contact with seniors who are vulnerable due to isolation and/or other infirmities of aging. The advocates can provide the older person with resources within our community to address specific concerns or to educate caregivers on programs within the agency and community that would assist them with caring for an aging loved one. Senior advocates provide public educational presentations on issues such as personal safety, scams and frauds, and identity theft to groups whose memberships are primarily older residents. Additionally, the senior advocates promote and administer several community programs such as CarFit, a program that helps older drivers ensure their car is fitted to them as a way to improve the driver's safety. Project Lifesaver, a program for seniors with Alzheimer's disease or other dementia, or persons with autism who may wander from their caregivers. The Project Lifesaver bracelet allows trained law enforcement personnel to track the wearer and return them to their loved ones. Senior Connection is a program where volunteers contact participants Monday through Friday at a set time to ensure the senior is safe. If they are unable to reach the participant, a key holder that has been previously identified by the participant is contacted to do a welfare check. If the key holder is not available, then law enforcement will go and check on the participant. This is a great peace of mind for seniors who live alone and fear they might fall and not be able to call for help. File of Life is another program that senior advocates coordinate. The File of Life is a magnetic pouch that contains the senior's vital information such as next of kin, doctor, medical history, medications, allergies, etc., so that first responders have this critical information as they begin to care for the patient. For more information about the Victim and Senior Advocacy Unit and our services, please call the Collier County Sheriff's Office at 252-9300.
My name is Detective Thomas Cullen with the Collier County Sheriff's Office Homicide Section. On April 3rd, 1990, at approximately 11:19 hours, deputies were dispatched to Gannett Strand, which is located 22 miles east of Everglades City on US 41, in reference to a possible deceased person. Upon deputies arriving, they met with a park ranger who advised that road prisoners were working on the roadside when they discovered the deceased person. Upon further investigation, deputies discovered a decomposed body in a heavily wooded area approximately 30 feet south of US 41. Detectives and crime scene responded, and upon further investigation, detectives determined that the body had been lying in the wooded area for approximately 3 weeks and it was decomposed. No identification was found on the body or at the crime scene. The medical examiner's office later conducted an autopsy and determined that the cause of death was due to a blunt force trauma to the head and that the victim was a female. Detectives investigated all possible leads at the time, but no information was found that would identify the victim. In 1999, the medical examiner's office submitted a skull of the victim for forensic facial approximation or reconstruction, which showed what the victim might have looked like. The victim's skeletal remains were submitted for a DNA test comparison. The results of the DNA showed a strong support for a match to a person who turned out to be the victim's daughter. I began my investigation by tracing a DNA match information. I discovered that the daughter of the victim had reported her mother missing on May 9, 1992. She also voluntarily submitted her DNA into a database in 2006, just in case it was needed to identify her mother if she was found. I contacted the victim's daughter, and she advised that her mother, Patricia Minnis, and her husband liked to travel across the country in an RV. In 1992, she traveled through many southern states and to the Everglades area in Florida. The daughter stated that she did not suspect her mother was missing until one day her sister found her mother's purse in the RV. The daughter stated that her sister asked about the purse, and her father stated that while traveling in Florida, Patricia Minnis met another man and left him, leaving the purse behind. The daughter stated that upon discovering the information, she became suspicious and filed a missing persons report. We have developed new leads and a person of interest in this case. If you have any information about this case, please contact the Collier County Sheriff's Office at 239-252-9300.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Sean Arthur, and I am the District 4 Golden Gate Substation Commander. I've been with the Collier County Sheriff's Office since 2004. I have served the agency in different capacities, such as Supervisor of the Aggressive Criminal Enforcement Team, the Selective Enforcement Team Sergeant, Road Patrol District 2 Sergeant, Aviation Bureau, Pilot, Tactical Flight Officer, and a Road Patrol Corporal. The Golden Gate Estates District consists of a large area from the south blocks of Everglades Boulevard South, east to Oil Well Road, north to Immokalee Road, and west to Interstate 75. There are several businesses, schools, and rural residents that we service. We work very close with our community and listen to their concerns, which helps us concentrate on the areas of need. If you have any concerns or wish to speak to me, please feel free to call the District 4 Golden Gate Estates Substation at 239-304-3520. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Corporal Armando Izguerra from the Collier County Sheriff's Office Youth Relations Bureau. I want to remind all drivers to pay special attention to students, school buses, bicyclists, and school zones. Watch for the posted speed limit signs and flashing lights at school zones. If a crossing guard is present, make sure you are prepared to stop to allow the students to safely cross the road. When approaching a school bus, remember that flashing yellow lights indicate that the bus is preparing to stop. Red flashing lights and extended stop arms indicate that the bus has stopped and students are getting on or off the bus. On undivided roadways with no physical barriers or medians, vehicles must stop on both sides of the roadway. As a driver, one of the most important things that you can do to protect students in the school zone is to slow down. By staying alert and obeying all traffic laws, we can do our part to protect all students.
The single most important thing you can do to protect yourself and others is to pay attention behind the wheel. If you keep your eyes ahead of you on the road and pay attention to the activity around you, you'll be able to anticipate problems and react more quickly to any potential dangerous events. Florida's Move Over law is designed to protect our law enforcement officers, emergency workers, and tow truck operators stopped along the roadways while performing their jobs. Violating the Move Over law puts both yourself and public safety professionals at risk and can result in a fine and points on your driver's license. When approaching an emergency vehicle with lights flashing parked on the side of a multi-lane road, you must move over by changing lanes away from the emergency vehicle as soon as it's safe to do so to prevent crashing into an emergency vehicle or any other emergency workers performing their jobs in the area. When approaching an emergency vehicle with lights flashing parked on a side of a 2-lane road, you must slow down to 20 miles an hour below the posted speed limit and approach with caution unless otherwise directed by an emergency worker on the scene. However, you must not stop in the roadway or block the flow of traffic. Taking these precautionary measures will keep you and emergency workers safe.
We hope you've enjoyed our program, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you for being our partner for a safe community.